Unless you were kidnapped by aliens, you have probably heard about the glow up and that girl trends. But what is a glow up and how do you become that girl? That girl is someone that has their shit together. This includes, but is not limited to, working out every day, cute perfectly coordinated outfits, eating healthy and, most important, aesthetic meals, waking up by the time most mortals go to sleep, use way too expensive face masks, journaling every day, etc. In this video, I'll be discussing healthy habits and how you're already that girl.
Okay, so real quick, I just want to preface this video by saying that glowing up, becoming that girl, upgrading your life, whatever you want to call it, doesn't have to mean changing who you are or your physical appearance. Also, we have to consider that the habits that are often depicted in these videos are often coming from a place of privilege, only really show one type of culture, and very much lack diversity. I think we can all agree on that. The point is that you don't have to look like the girls in the video.
These trends are awesome for inspiration, but they can have its dark side when they start giving the image that you're not worth it if you can't replicate this lifestyle.
I know this is cheesy, but the truth is, at the end of the day, you really can't compare yourself to others. Just focus on being the best you can. And following up on that, here are my tips on how you can do just that.
By now, you have probably heard the sentence, failing to plan is planning to fail.
When you just have a vague notion of where you want to be, but you don't actually make the effort or establish steps together, then spoiler alert, you won't get there.
Planning and setting goals will make you feel more motivated and help you set priorities so you can spend more time doing what makes you happy. I like to set monthly and weekly goals on my digital planner so I know exactly what I need to tackle and work towards. There is no correct way of setting goals, so don't put too much pressure on yourself. Keep it realistic but challenging and just play around. At the beginning of the day, I also like to write a to-do list on my phone so I can have an overview of how to structure my time and which are my main tasks for that day. Another fun thing is creating a vision board with my main goals. It doesn't need to be of things I can or want to achieve by tomorrow, just an idea of who I want my future self to be. I like to do this at the beginning of every month as a way to keep focus, and if I'm being honest, it's also pretty fun to just scroll through Pinterest and find images.
Now that we have just talked about planning, I think it's important to remember that taking action is important, but so is resting. You should never get into the habit of not prioritizing sleep because you're too busy. I know your parents have already told you this, but sleep is crucial. You need sleep for your well-being and you need sleep to be productive.
So, get off Instagram, YouTube, Netflix, TikTok, whatever you are on, and try to go to bed at the same hour each day. I usually aim for 10:30, 11, and I try to avoid being on my phone right before going to bed. Doesn't mean that I'm always successful in doing so, but this is about overall consistency and not perfection. Another thing that I swear by is early morning. Personally, I'm someone that feels more productive when I wake up at around 7 to 8 a.m. To me, getting up early is key to feel at my best, and I always feel like I enjoy the day better. Do I always want to do it? Not really, but sometimes you just have to suck it up and get your ass out of a comfy, warm, fluffy bed.
We usually tend to leave mental health at the back of our priorities, and trust me, I've been guilty of this, but your mindset and how you look at life are so important in order to feel productive and just to feel good. I have had and I still have my struggles with mental health, and I can definitely relate with not being able to just get out of your mind and just do things. You just don't feel like being productive. However, there are some things that I have found that truly help me, and here are a few.
I'm very new to journaling, but I can already feel a difference by just dumping all of my thoughts and brain clutter onto the paper. If you have been considering giving it a try, this is your sign to do so. I was quite skeptical, but honestly, just go for it. You don't need anything fancy, just you, some paper, and a pen. I know social media can be detrimental to your mental health, so this is your reminder to unfollow people that make you feel bad, stop comparing yourself to others and their online version of themselves, and stop letting it take over your day. Social media is fun, but not if it hurts your mental health and confidence. Exercising and moving my body, which will bring me into my next point. Moving your body is a way to improve your health with the bonus points of making you feel more confident and stronger. For me, lifting weights has been a game changer, and it has truly changed my outlook on life. It allowed me to get disciplined, to understand that good things take time and that you need to work for what you want. It makes me happy, and that's what exercise should be. Now, this doesn't mean you need to go to the gym. You can move your body in any way you want and that makes you happy. That could be going for a walk, which I personally also love to do, running, swimming, biking, dancing. The choices are endless. I know exercise exercise can seem daunting when it's not a habit, but trust me, the hardest part is starting. Once you find what works for you and get into the habit, you'll just wonder why you didn't start sooner. Fueling your body is key to live a happy and healthy lifestyle. No, you don't need to eat just vegetables and fruit, but you should prioritize foods that are rich in nutrients and that nourish your body. And, of course, always leaving space for dessert and for some meals out. Life and nutrition are about balance. Cooking is a great habit to get into, as you always know exactly what goes into your food, and it will make you feel so much more on track. I know that it can sometimes feel like a chore, but you don't have to make complicated recipes. This is not MasterChef. I, for example, have a rule to try not to spend more than 10 to 15 minutes preparing a meal, so I opt for very easy and quick options that are healthy but still taste good.
As human beings, we love to be social. Maybe not always, if like me, you're an introvert and sometimes just want to get away from people, but making plans with our friends, with significant other, family, even pets, I'm not judging, can really uplift your mood and just make you feel better and lighter and more positive.
Getting out of your house, even if it's by yourself, can help you get out of your head and make you feel more happy and positive. To me, I love nature and I'm always going on small trips and exploring. The beach is one of my favorite places as I find it very calming, but I also love going into the woods, sightseeing, and hiking new trails. I always make it a priority to go explore new places, and you should too. You never know what new spot you might find, and it always makes up for a good time. Trust me on this. I know that education can be a very stressful topic, and I'm not going to tell you to go do your homework, although you should. However, you need to remember that education is a privilege. And education is not just high school, college, or whatever. It can be as simple as learning a new skill, taking an online course, reading a book, or doing something new that helps you get out of your comfort zone and makes you grow and evolve as a person. It's a cliche, but the best investment you can make is truly on yourself.
I know that with this trend, self-care has almost become the same as spending money, but it doesn't have to be. After all, self-care should be about making you feel good and doing what makes you feel like the best version of you.
For me, that can look like taking a shower, taking the time to take care of my hair that currently is looking like a curtain and in a desperate need for a new cut, actually taking the time to do my skincare routine, as I'm a very lazy person when it comes to that, and doing my makeup. This might seem superficial, but I do believe that you perform your best when you feel your best. And there is nothing wrong with pampering yourself. These things are obviously not essentials, but they make me happy. And you should never let people make you feel bad for doing these things if it makes you happy as well. Also, taking me time is crucial for my self-care routine. Me time can usually be, for example, watching Netflix to relax. I just finished season 3 of Dynasty and I just can't wait for season 4 to get here. It's so good. But me time can also look like setting time aside to read, which is something I adore and I'm definitely a bookworm. Currently, I'm reading The Maidens by Alex Michaelides. I think that's how you pronounce it, and it's such a good story. I know it might not always be easy to have everything tidy. However, I have found that I always perform better when I'm in a clean environment. On a day-to-day basis, I try to always put everything back on its place as soon as I'm done with it. And trust me, not letting everything accumulate is key to having a neat room. Another thing that also helps me a lot is to have a dedicated day to cleaning my room. For me, it's Saturday, when I usually change my sheets. I clean the dust, which in my opinion is the most boring part. I disinfect the most used surfaces on my room, also known as my desk, because I have the bad habit of eating meals there. I clean my mirrors and I vacuum my floor. It is definitely something that I'm not always in the mood to do, but once I'm finished, I always feel much more at peace and ready to tackle other tasks.
So, we're almost near the end, and I just want you to understand that everything that I have just talked about is very easy to accomplish. Like, the only thing you actually need is effort and wanting to be the best version of you. The reason why I say that you already are that girl is because probably you already do some of these things, and everything that I said is very easy to replicate or to just adapt to your own routine. Of course, some of these tips may work for you, some of them may not. The point is, with these types of trends, we should focus on the positive side, which is the motivational aspect, and stop focusing so much on the aesthetics and just trying to replicate the lives of someone we don't even know. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got something out of it. I had a lot of fun making it, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!